Virtual Learning, 8th grade ELL with Mrs. Bryant. Today we will be taking a more detailed look at complete sentences with subjects and predicates. You will need your sentences packet and a pencil for today's lesson. The noun is the most important word in the subject of a sentence. The verb is the most important word in the predicate. Remember that the subject tells us whom or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells us what action the subject is doing or the detail about the subject. In this chart, you see a list of subjects on your left and the predicates on the right. Let's take a look. Julia has strong beliefs. Who has strong beliefs? Julia. What does Julia have? Strong beliefs. Her beliefs affect her actions. What affects her actions? Her beliefs. What do her beliefs do? Affect her actions. Julia's brother is blind. Who is blind? Julia's brother. What is Julia's brother? Blind. The young boy uses a guide dog. Who uses a guide dog? The boy. What does the boy do? Uses a guide dog. You can see how asking yourself those questions can help you indicate the subject or predicate of a sentence. Look for a noun in the subject and a verb in the predicate. Let's try it. Add a subject or a predicate to complete each sentence. Some of the sentences are missing the noun to tell you whom or what the subject of the sentence is, and some of them are missing a verb, meaning that there is no action word or state of being. Put a word in the blank on your packet to complete the sentence. A subject would be present in a sentence that may be missing a predicate, or if the sentence is missing the predicate, then you need to put in a subject. Let's take a look at number 1 together. Julia blank a favorite cause. Do we know whom or what is doing something in this sentence? We do. It's Julia. Do you know what she's doing? Is there an action word or a verb in the predicate? There is no verb in our predicate. That is what is missing. You need to put a verb in the blank. Julia what a favorite cause. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know what to put in this blank because I'm not sure what a cause is. A cause is something someone strongly believes in and believes in helping. Remember, in our example sentences in the box, we learned that Julia's brother is blind and uses a guide dog. And these sentences are about Julia's favorite cause, which is helping programs that develop and pair people with guide dogs. Pause the video and complete the exercises, and then press play to continue. In exercise B, you are asked to draw a line from each subject to the correct predicate about Julia, her brother, and guide dogs. Read carefully. Only one subject can match with one predicate to make a complete sentence. Pause the video another time, complete the exercises, and then press play to check your answers. Julia's brother has a guide dog. The dog is very well trained. A foster family raised the dog as a puppy. Then a trainer worked with the dog. The boy and the dog are partners. I hope you were able to successfully match the subject with its predicate. We are not going to complete parts C and D today, but we will continue with grammar at work. Exercise E for questions 19 through 25 says fix 6 incomplete sentences, then change the last sentence into a different kind of sentence. Guide dog volunteers. Tanya Jackson raises guide dog puppies, the puppies in her home for 18 months. Then go to guide dog school. Tanya like a foster parent to the pups. Tanya learned about this work from Julia Brown. Julia, the importance of guide dogs, has a guide dog. The dog everywhere with him. Do the dog and he love each other? I hope you can hear that some of those sentences are missing predicates and others might be missing subjects. We're going to fix these 6 incomplete sentences by adding in what they need. Take a look at the proofreader's marks to show you how you can appropriately add in a word where it belongs. Go ahead and write right on the work in your packet. Pause this video, find the errors, correct them, and then press play to check your answers. Tanya Jackson raises guide dog puppies. There are no errors in this sentence. The puppies in her home for 18 months. We know the subject of this sentence, the puppies, and we know a detail, in her home for 18 months. But what we don't know is the action of the puppies in her home for 18 months. I hope you put in a verb to tell us what the puppies do. I chose live. You could have said are in her home for 18 months, stay in her home for 18 months, live in her home for 18 months, something to indicate what the puppies are doing. Then go to guide dog school. Go is your action word in your predicate, but we don't know in this particular sentence whom or what is going. You needed to add the subject. You could have said the puppies, then go to guide dog school, then the puppies go to guide dog school, then they go to guide dog school, they then go to guide dog school. There are a lot of options that make sense. I hope you recognized that this sentence was missing a subject. Tanya like a foster parent to the pups. We have a subject, Tanya. We have details, but we don't have an action word. This sentence is missing a verb. I hope you put in is. Tanya learned about this work from Julia Brown. There are no errors in this sentence. Julia, the importance of guide dogs. This sentence has a subject, Julia, but is missing the verb in the predicate. I hope you put in a verb. I chose knows. Julia knows the importance of guide dogs. Has a guide dog. This is a predicate, but there is no subject. We do not know who or what has a guide dog. We do, however, know that it is Julia's brother. I hope you chose to write her brother or Julia's brother or the boy has a guide dog. Whatever words you chose, I hope you added a subject to this sentence. The dog everywhere with him. We're missing a verb in this sentence. We don't know what the dog is doing everywhere with him. I think they're trying to tell us the dog goes everywhere with him, or is everywhere with him, or travels everywhere with him. There are several correct answers. The goal is recognizing that this is not a complete sentence because it did not have a verb. Now, for the last sentence, they asked us to change it to a different kind of sentence. So in other words, we have a question to end our paragraph, and they'd like us to change it to a sentence that isn't a question. Do the dog and he love each other? How would you change that from a question to a statement? I chose to write it like this. He and the dog love each other. How did you choose to rewrite the last sentence?